Hello, lovely viewers. This is Afroculture Sports. My name is Razak Godfred, and today I am doing this with
Freddie Dynamo.
Joshua Kwesi Boateng.
Yeah, so we are coming to digest the weekend games that was played, and then today, Freddie, let's start with the game against Burnley against Chelsea.
So the game between Chelsea Football Club, the Blues, and Burnley Football Club at the Stamford Bridge. For me, I expected Chelsea to score many goals because they had the Red Devils, Manchester United, breathing down their necks. And with Chelsea playing at home against Burnley Football Club, a relatively, easier club compared to the top four clubs, I expected Chelsea to score an avalanche of goals, but it didn't start that way. Even after João Pedro pulled first blood in the first 15 minutes of the game, Chelsea crawled back into their shells. They were unable to, give that pressure that would make Burnley know that, yes, we're playing against the top club. So I believe that head coach, Liam Rossinoa should get things right, because you look at the likes of Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, they are pulling the strings in the middle of the pitch, doing everything they can to get Chelsea Football Club to come to the party. But I believe that the defenders are not doing well. Wesley Fofana, he just, launched into, the player, and he was given a second bookable offense. That didn't augur well for the Chelsea Football Club. So Chelsea should come to the party. They should believe more. They should know that they are able, because 5 teams going, to qualify for the UEFA Champions League. So many teams are are gunning for that spot. So Chelsea will need to get back to winning ways.
But don't you think Chelsea, the indiscipline is too much this season for the club? Because we've seen them, most of the senior players in the team have been sent off this season in the English Premier League. Yeah. And this is very alarming, because it's most of the times they drop points whenever their player is sent off. And we witnessed another one with Wesley Fofana being sent off in the game, and then that was the main reason why Chelsea drew against Burnley. So I think with that, they should do something about it.
Chelsea's disciplinary record, has been nothing, good to write home about. It started from even last season, okay? Sometimes people question if there's any leader in the team, okay? Even from the days of Enzo, even Liam Rossinoa, I thought he was much more of a disciplinarian, but still, the players are a pale shadow of themselves. Wesley Fofana shouldn't be doing what he's doing, okay? Because you don't get a second bookable offense, and
Meanwhile, he's been booked already.
Definitely. So Chelsea, I believe that the earlier the players, accept responsibilities and do things better, the better for the Blue Army.
Joshua.
Yeah, Charlie.
Maresca said he knew where Chelsea were, and then when he came, Chelsea went into the Champions League spot. And so he was glad leaving Chelsea at where he placed them before leaving. And this season, you are struggling to play in the top 4. Do you think Liam can do better than what Maresca did in the English Premier League last season?
I would say it's the mentality of the players, because you can't draw first blood in the 4th minute and sit back and be missing unnecessary chances that you're supposed to be converted. Like the one Cole Palmer had. If it were to be Jackson, people at least that backlash after the game that Jackson has done the thing. But it's Cole Palmer, because of his credit, he has already scored.
Yeah.
So with that one, with what Maresca said, it's true, because with the indiscipline, like what my brother said, it started, I think, from the likes of Pochettino. Players were fighting anyhow, any small thing. You see that this player is going against. Yeah, even with that one in Puno, I think for the whole year, no player has been sent on from the club. This is from this year until Fofana did his on Saturday, because you yourself, your leg is glass. On glass. So there are some things that you shouldn't be indulging yourself in. Though he's a good defender, we needed him. He has been brilliant this season. Let's be very honest. He has been brilliant this season. And with the tackle he went in, to be very honest, it was very needless. You're on a yellow. I wasn't thinking that maybe in the 70th minute, you want to take him out. But after the red card, I was even thinking maybe you could have brought in more attackers like Garnacho and the rest. But he chanced to bring in Tosin, Hato, then the Champon. So, he was trying to protect the lead.
Yeah, because when he brought in these players, I was like, oh, okay, this coach wants to defend.
Yeah, because it's
he's
against.
bringing in taller players and then
You understand?
taking
You are
off
playing
the shorter
against.
ones.
You are playing against Burnley, bro. To be honest, the player that team is 19th. They have nothing to lose. Let's consider them. They are being relegated. So if you are a man down, at least play your game plan.
I was surprised that Chelsea went back and then defended the goal when they were one man down. They could have even attacked more. Because Burnley is not a big club.
But
makes more pressure.
The funny thing about Burnley this season, they have taken points at Anfield. So after we went a man down, they believed that we could at least gather one. We like still 1 point. They've already beaten Crystal Palace at their home.
So
and I feel like they took that momentum from the.
They came down from 2 goals to beat the Eagles of Crystal Palace.
Say this. You see last week the FA Cup, they disappointed their fans at home, leading in the first half. The second half, then I think Mark Lisfield, right? Yeah. They came to do a comeback over them, and so they had to do something to at least appease their fans. And the irony about this thing is that their coach is a former Chelsea player. Anytime he meets Chelsea, I don't know what's wrong with him. Like Charlie Scott Parker, Bonnie Benayo. And Scott Parker, like Bonnie Benayo, like they have been beating him all right too, but I don't know. When I watched that, I didn't really watch the game though because I had an exam. So after at dawn, I sat down and I watched the whole game. I saw Ward-Prowse behind that ball. I was like, Jesus, we are doomed.
You know, James Ward-Prowse he's prolific. You know, his numbers are crazy. And for me, you take David Beckham and you know, James Ward-Prowse comes next. So maybe Brazilian international Juninho would go toe-to-toe against, you know, David Beckham when it comes to set pieces. But James Ward-Prowse should be in the mix. So the third best, you know, set piece taker. He has that.
Okay. Some Barca fans will argue that Messi.
I didn't see anything exceptional from James Ward-Prowse when he was at West Ham. He didn't do anything like extraordinary.
Okay, for Ward-Prowse case is that, you see, you guys have Souček, right? Yeah. And you had Paqueta.
But
who can play?
Souček was never a set piece taker.
I know he's a 6. He's a 6. Souček is a 6.
You are talking about
how you are saying he didn't fit. You are not seeing how he was.
I'm talking about him play like the set pieces.
I remember his first game against Luton, right? He assisted 2 goals. He assisted
with a set piece.
Yeah, that time Kudus was on the bench.
But the kind of free kicks we saw from him at Southampton and the other teams that he has played for, I didn't see those set pieces
Charlie,
from
you can't team inside Paqueta, they play a free kick. Go in, they play. So Charlie, they also want to score to prove a point. So okay.
Tottenham is 5 points away from West Ham in the bottom of the league. Do you think Tottenham can do something? Or they will be relegated?
Oh, no, Tottenham will not go to relegation.
Are you sure?
Never.
Well, I mean, I feel like they will go to relegation just because if we see them a step further in the Champions League, they are likely to be relegated.
But let me deal with Tottenham Hotspur, okay? I think this plight or this turmoil that Tottenham is going through, you know, I'll blame the board. You had Ange Postecoglou, okay, who has been a winner. There's no team Ange Postecoglou has coached that he never won a trophy. He didn't start well, okay, with Tottenham Hotspurs, and he was blowing hot and cold in the league.
I remember he had this phrase that he wins in the second season.
He's a winner. He knows himself. He's a winner. So I mean, when he got into the Europa League final against Manchester United, I knew that the Lily Whites of Tottenham will come up top. And yes, they were able to break, you know, that jinx, you know, almost 20 years of not winning anything tangible. This is a coach who knows how to win. Yes, he didn't do well in the league, but you shouldn't let, you know, Ange Postecoglou leave like that after delivering your first silverware in almost, you know,
17 years.
So it's the Tottenham's board, and they gave way, or they showed Ange Postecoglou the exit door, brought in Thomas Frank. And I knew, you cannot compare Thomas Frank to Ange Postecoglou. Yes, he was doing well at the Bees of Brentford, okay? But he has not proved anything worthy of. He has never won any trophy before.
He has not even played in the Champions League.
You understand? He's never won any trophy before. Then you kick out Ange Postecoglou, you bring in Thomas Frank. And you see the trajectory, you know, Spurs were on. Very, very abysmal, and they've been very, very porous this season, shipping in goals like in 6s and 7s. And right now, They sit 16th on the English Premier
But a
League.
lot of people have the view that they've missed some of the big players in the team. Like,
You know,
Injuries, yeah,
we can give them that
Necessities
benefit of the
also.
doubt. Okay,
Yeah.
they have a long list of injury, players out from defense. Even they missed Romero in that game due to suspension. Okay, they
Wow,
also
another
have
silly tackle.
this indisciplinary record, in their ranks. But the midfield is where the problem is. So they are missing the likes of Mohamed Kudus, James Maddison, strikers. Richarlison is
Solanke
always
on
not
off.
fit. You understand? So
Solanke is always on off.
Tottenham are going through, turmoil. It's
think
not going well.
Let's look at this scenario. Don't you think Tottenham Hotspur, the players in the team feels like they are up there, but deep down, they are not an exceptional players that they can call themselves a big player in the Tottenham team, because look at the incidents that happened in the game. You go to the telling what's the name, Van de Ven to press, but I didn't mind him. Look at the attitude he put up on the.
You see, before Joshua comes in, I think even off camera we're discussing this, and I said, the likes of Jose Mourinho coached Tottenham. Okay, I should have started from there. And when Jose Mourinho exited, I knew that Tottenham Hotspur will go southward. The club will go downward, because you get a winner. You see, and that's what happens when you always trade a winner for somebody who has never won anything. That's what is happening, because you let Jose Mourinho leave, and who would replace Mourinho? Do you understand? Thomas Frank is with the greatest respect to the Danish, but he's done nothing to merit. Tottenham Hotspur is a top 6 club. We'll see, you get to the English Premier League, and it's one of the traditional teams. Okay, so you show Jose Mourinho the exit door, and you bring coaches in like, yes, Ange Postecoglou, as I said, he wasn't very, spectacular in the league, but he won the Europa League. You brought in Thomas Frank, who has been very abysmal, and he would have sent Tottenham Hotspur to the relegation if he wasn't sacked. And I got to though, someone who didn't pull in the, strings for Juventus. Okay, you bring him in, and I knew that he would lose against Arsenal, because Arsenal, needed the points badly, and if Arsenal, dropped points against Tottenham, they would have been laughing at the wrong side
For the past
of
2
their
years,
mouth.
relegation has been knocking on the doors of Tottenham, and then they didn't do anything about it. Just changing coaches.
They've been chopping and changing coaches, yeah.
So I feel like this season, that's my opinion. I feel like if they don't do anything about it, if they don't psych their mind that we have to make sure that we win the matches ahead of us, they are surely going to be relegated this season.
With their keys, I blame their ownership. You see, after letting Ange Postecoglou go, they could have been appointed an experienced one. Like Xavi, Xavi could have been a very good candidate. And I think this coach, even Inzaghi moving to Al Hilal, they could have done something about it. They were serious. But with them, I think the mentality of the players to count too. They have good players. Tottenham has a very, very good squad. They have a very, 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 very good squad. I think they are even first 11 can be. I think the first 11 forward, even one of the smaller clubs.
Oh yeah, they have very good players.
They have very, very good. Vicario has been.
Top-notch goalkeeper.
He has not been performing this season, because some of the goals he has been conceding, like, it's questionable. And also with their defense, Van de Ven, even yesterday, what we were discussing off camera. Like, how can you do that? You're a captain. And your coach is instructing, like, do this and do that. Then you snubbed him. You know, they did the same thing against, the same thing to Frank when Chelsea beat them at.
Yeah.
This guy, it was Jess Spence and the same Van de Ven.
Yes, same Van de Ven. And I believe that Van de Ven, with Van de Ven, he's always not comfortable with coaches who haven't won anything. Okay, there are players like that. When they are having coaches who are not serial winners, like, they look at you in the face and they're like, you're just screaming on the touchline, and you've got nothing to prove, like, you've got nothing to show on the table. So with Tottenham, I believe that they should just get a manager who is that top notch.
Freddie, time is not on our side, but let's discuss your Arsenal. You are on top of the league. The people are saying you are the league bottlers. And then this season is what?
Season 4. But,
so you guys are going to bottle the league again.
I'm praying that.
Let me say this on camera, okay? I've never gone bald before. Like from childhood, I don't remember me going to
Barbering.
like a barbering shop.
Everyone is signed to season win.
Oh yeah, if Arsenal fail to win
Joshua.
the league, I'm cutting my hair
On
off, like
Afroculture
everything live on Afroculture Sports, bro.
Vim.
Who will carry this one come here?
Oh,
The man.
Charlie, you I mean, you say you go go bad. So make me see.
Boss will relax.
But
See, I'm saying this because I don't believe that the supporters need the trophy than the manager. Mikel Arteta in 6 years has only won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I
the
mean, for
Community
me,
Shield.
the Community Shield is not a trophy. If you win the Community Shield, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a major title. With major titles, you're talking about the English Premier League,
Carabao.
the Champions League, and maybe the FA Cup. Okay, even with the Carabao, EFL Cup, and everything, those are minimal
one boosters.
competitions compared to the league proper. So Mikel Arteta, he came back hard against the Lily Whites of Tottenham. Arsenal proved that yes, they were back to their A game, and big ups to Eberechi Eze and Victor
That guy
Gyökeres.
shines in
Like
games like this.
the two players
he's
getting
always
the praise in
present
that game.
to punish Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, he struggles against low block teams. That's his problem. Like
okay.
those teams that they sit too deep.
Like
that's why
West
you
Ham.
see him shooting anyhow. But like if it's an open space, he shines in there. Like you see his prowess and everything. You see the goal he scored. Look at the first touch. I was even thinking maybe the chance is gone. But like the first touch, then he continued, then balloon.
The director is prompting me that our time is up, but I want us to touch on the City game. Have you seen the triangle of Pep Guardiola? Because initially, when the season started, we didn't see any format or anything that Pep Guardiola wants us to see in his tactics. But like looking at this second half of the season, we are seeing the Nico Riley, then what's the name, Haaland and Semenyo, the triangle. What they are doing,
Yeah.
and we saw them scoring against Fulham, and then they scored against Newcastle too. So, do you think with this new tactics of Pep Guardiola, they
Right
can do
now,
something?
he's trying to get the game down in the first half. And this is like in this particular year, the games that they have played, they don't really perform very well in the second half. You see City defending for their lives. And then stuff. So with this new type of formation, Rodri is holding, Semenyo is on, I think, the right side. Bernardo Silva is playing out at 8 and a 10. And O'Reilly too is also supporting Mamouche and Haaland at the same time. And O'Reilly too, let's make it clear. The guy is a midfielder. He's a midfielder. So he playing at the left back. He's a very good player. He has shown his prowess.
Joshua, let me make this diabolical to you. Do you think Arsenal will bottle the league?
It depends, Charlie. Well, I know my brothers.
I've said it. I said Arsenal is not bottling the league. I've said it. Live on camera. I'll go about if Arsenal should bottle the
Me
league.
personally, I want them to win the league.
Ladies and
so,
gentlemen, this is where we end the show. But before we go, Freddie, your prediction on United against Everton.
The Red Devils of Manchester United get into the Hill Dickinson Stadium against the Toffees of Everton. It's going to be one difficult game. I expect Manchester United to, navigate, some level of confidence in this game, and I expect them to win, but it won't come on a silver platter. The Toffees of Everton might give them a run for their money, but definitely Manchester United will pick the 3 points.
A draw.
A draw will do.
Yeah,
Just because he's a Chelsea fan, he's expecting a draw in that
No,
game.
it's not even that.
Have you this season? If you draw, they will
Oh,
draw.
but I
If
know
you lose, they will lose.
Everton at their home, they have been very good.
Remember, they defeated,
United.
at their own backyard.
Yeah,
Old Trafford. It
so-
was a 1-0 victory. That's why I'm saying that, they'll give Manchester United a run for their money, okay? But Manchester United also, the past 2 seasons, they've not played in Europe. Do you understand?
so they
They
also-
will need to win and, consolidate their league or their lead above Chelsea. So I'm expecting Manchester United to navigate a victory, but it won't come easily.
After 12 days of rest, let's see what United and the guys will do today against Everton. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we end the show. My name is Rosa Godfred, and I did this with Freddie Dynamo and Joshua. We'll see you same time on our subsequent episodes. Bye-bye.